Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing, and today's going to be about shifting, how to switch your stance momentarily to close distance and land effective strikes. You see it a lot in boxing, and it's a really popular topic right now. A few episodes back, I talked about step attack. Shifting is slightly different, and it's going to be more boxing oriented. So we're going to be able to close distance momentarily and shoot the power side. Or again, you might be able to shift, come off again, and attack with your lead side again, back into your dominant stance. So just remember, you don't have to be overly efficient at your opposite stance. You have to be able to go to that position momentarily, throw your power strike, create a different angle, get your knockout, and then you can go back onto your right side. Why I like the shifting or the step attacks only momentarily is because when you go to your opposite side, you notice that your defense becomes compromised. So this is where you want to quickly go to your opposite stance, attack, and then get right back to your good side where your defense is most positive and most dominant. And now we're talking about shifting, and the reason we use shifting again is to close distance. And it's a little different from a step attack because when you step attack, a lot of it comes off of your opponent blocking with the leg kicks, and it opens it up a little differently than the shift. The shift is a good way to close your distance and get your power shot in, okay? So an example of a shift would be similar to my stepping, but I can step and shoot, and I can close my distance in with my stepping. And again, step attack, you're gonna notice more, it's better for your kicking and knees, where the shifting is a little bit more boxing focused, and you'll see it more amongst boxers, especially guys like Lomachenko, Triple G, they all like to use the shift, okay? So for this shift here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step with our rear side, okay? So as I step with my rear side, I load up my power shot, okay? And that's one way, using your shift to attack with your rear side. So I step off, boom, I attack. If the partner or your opponent keeps moving, that's when you can use your step and then step back in and attack from your rear side position. Both sides are okay. That's one way you're just using a double step. Sometimes people come in and shoot at the same time. You can use your lead hand to set it up. So many different ways. Find what works out for you. Sometimes you'll see some people shift and they might even close distance again to shoot. So I call it the shift and shoot. It's one of the easier ways to get inside and to shoot. So a lot of times what people will do, as they throw the rear hand, boom, they might end up in a neutral stance to come off and attack again. So how far you shoot and what you do for that step also depends on what you want to do. Boom. Okay, so play around with it. Just like we did in our last episode, we're gonna keep this boxing focused, but the importance is just getting it in a drill. And the easiest way to do it is just the line drills. You go straight forward and back. As I attack forward, I'm gonna shoot and use different flow drills to get your athlete to flow. And the big thing you're gonna see when I do shift a lot of times, I'm stepping just outside the center line, and that's gonna load up my rear straight. So when I shift forward, I like to go with a hand pin and I step outside center line to attack my rear side. Same thing if I go on the other side, I like to step outside. I really like the hand pin on this one so I can shoot my rear straight down the middle, okay? So this is the flow drill that you can do to warm up your shifting, okay? Let's start this. You could attack first, okay? Good. When you have the pads, remember, start with the basics and then slowly advance it to get more advanced. I'm just gonna show you, I can throw a million different combinations working in, building in, shifting. But for this, let's just get the basics down. And the basic one is gonna be, as you step, you get the rear hand in front now, which becomes your jab, your distraction, your hand pin, whatever you want, boom, to set up the straight. And we're gonna keep the flow going. Now that I'm in southpaw, I can switch to my right side, boom, rear. I can double, shoot, okay? You can play around with it. Let's just get some different ones with Tariq. And when I do these shift steps, especially with that rear hand setup, boom, I like to use one pad and I'll show you how I do it. So from here, come straight, boom, he shoots it. Then the other one comes, boom, one more, shift, boom. Okay, back step here, he works his footwork coming in, and then right from here again, boom, boom, boom. Level changes as well. Well done. Now the last one we're gonna do, we'll get him to double jab just to create distance, maybe close his space a little bit more. So he'll come in with the rear hand, double his jab, boom, shoots it again. Same thing with this one, sends it in, boom, doubles it and goes back. Okay, one more time with the double jab. So he comes in, boom, 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 comes back this way, boom, boom. Different setups, different ways to get in. Now, one of my favorite ways, if I'm moving forward, right, and I want to come in here, I might want to hand pin and step outside to shoot the rear straight. So let's work on that one. He comes in, he touches here, pins off, and then shoots the body. I don't even need it. The good thing about this pad work, and when you get used to someone, he has control. So I really only have to hold one hand up. So I can do this if I want, boom, pin, shoots, okay? He comes in, he jabs, boom, pins, shoots. Whatever he wants, he closes distance in, okay? So again, work it different ways. You might not even need a setup. It might just be to close distance and land the power shot. So from here, without even using his hand, he's gonna switch his step and then shoot. Boom, right away, go. Boom, back it up. Now watch what we're gonna do. We could even mix up the angle. He's gonna step in, boom, close the distance in. Boom, close the distance, bang, find the shot. All able to close his distance in. Now, if you're fighting someone that can move even quicker, you might have to double shift. You might have to come in. So I might come in with this one, and as I step again, boom, I can land a nice hook that way, okay? So let's just show one of those. So very slowly, Tariq comes in, he shifts the first time, he realizes I'm still too far away, and then he comes in, and then now look, he can power punch from his right side. He's got full rotation. So that double shift is effective if you want to land back in your orthodox position. If you want to come as a southpaw, yeah, you just do the single shift. If you want to get in and land on your other side, I can go 1, 2, bang, bang, bang. I have an option now, okay? So let's just do that double one with the lead hook. So he comes in, he misses it, and then boom, he comes in and shifts in. He went to neutral, we can get him into his actual orthodox stance too. So boom, boom, there's his enter, okay? Let's give him a nice rear straight because it looked good off of that. Ready in his right stance, he comes in, he goes, shoots, boom, he's in, and then he has that rear straight off of that, boom, whenever he wants, okay? Let's do it again. Boom, boom, good. One more time. Boom, boom. Yes, closes distance, able to get his power shot. The word shifting has become really popular because of boxing, and a lot of boxers, it was a really old school thing that a lot of fighters did in the past that's not being used so much now. Shifting is that little bit difference from that step attacking. I'm not really bringing my leg up. I'm not using it as a feint. I'm just casually switching my stance to land my punches. And the shift works obviously better with punching and punching-based attacking. You can single shift to land your power set, or you can shift again and end on your opposite side. It's endless. And I mean, there can be so many different ways, but ultimately it depends how your opponent is fighting. I can tell you this is the textbook way, yes, but if your fighter's moving differently, you might have to shift on angles, so many different scenarios and variables. So work the basics. With that basics, you can apply it more advanced, practice it in sparring, and keep working the different drills that I showed you. So keep liking, keep subscribing, and we'll see you next week.